Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings here, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but also some stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, travel, home decor, and even a dash of Disney. So if you enjoy unboxings, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell. And as always, if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. Today I have one of my favorite book subscriptions to share with you, and that is Authentic Books. And what I love so much about this subscription is how customizable it is. For one, you always get to choose between two highly anticipated novels, and often she is able to procure hardcovers, often even signed by the author. And then there are 3 different subscription tiers to meet any budget. So there is the mini box, which is $39 plus $8.99 in shipping, and that includes, of course, the book, a bookmark that is custom made to go along with it, a Spotify playlist, which I think is really fun, kind of adds to the sensory experience, a candle, often custom made for the box, as well as a self-care item. Then you can also choose the full experience, which has all of those items, plus you get to choose between either a cocktail ingredient or a premium tea, and then you also get a second self-care item. And then finally, there is the premium experience, is what I have to share with you today, and it has everything that is in the full box, plus an extra self-care item, so for a total of 3, as well as some gourmet chocolate. So for the chocolate, of course, I definitely suggest the premium experience if you can swing it. If you use the code Noelle10, you can save 10%. There's also a way to sort of customize even more, because now she's made it possible to do add-ons. So for example, you could do the mini box, but then add on the chocolate if you wanted to. And I know a lot of times people have a hard time choosing between the 2 books, so often you are even able to choose to add on the other book that was one of the options for that month. So again, I just think it's so fun that you kind of get to build your own box, build your own experience. This box was sent to me for a review, so thank you again to Natisha and the team. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, we have a different interior in the box this time. Very fancy. Love the pattern. My box got a little bit beat up this time, which is no surprise. My boxes come beat up all the time. I don't know what happens to them. But right on top, I'm just seeing a couple little sprigs of lavender, which I think is such a sweet touch. They did get a little crushed in the shipping, but some of them made it. I'll just kind of shake off the little buds that fell off. Here is our lovely kind of product pamphlet that she always includes that kind of guides you through the experience. Often there are actually page numbers that go along with the corresponding items, so you can really experience them as you read along. And then there's this nice little fun insert as well. So she usually does have a cocktail recipe, which goes with the cocktail ingredient if you did make that selection in the full or premium boxes. And then there's always just like a fun recipe that everyone can enjoy. So it looks like the recipe this time for The Good Sister, which is the book that I selected for April, is lemon poppy seed bread, which I love. And I love making like dessert breads because they're super duper easy, because most of the time they're not like yeast breads, so they're easy to make in just an hour or so. So I'll definitely have to try that. And the cocktail is called the Bee's Knees cocktail. It's made with gin, but usually I feel like you can replace gin with vodka, which is my my spirit of choice. And then here is what it looks like. It just shows you the cover of the book. And then inside, she does a really nice job of kind of creating a key. So it tells you sort of like what sense that item is supposed to be sort of invigorating or speaking to, right? So obviously the candle is for the sense of smell. And then it also, with the little circles, tells you which boxes that item appears in. So obviously the book itself is going to be in the mini, the full, and the premium boxes, as is the candle and the first self-care item. And then you can kind of get an idea. And it's also kind of a fun way of seeing if you maybe want to upgrade for the following month, if you kind of were feeling a little bit of FOMO and not getting the drink mix, for example, or the cocktail mix, or the chocolate. So here's what it looks like. They do a really nice job of packing it, and then I have to tear it all apart to show all of you guys. But this is what the Spotify playlist looks like. It's just like that Spotify QR code, which is great. I usually just kind of tuck it inside of the book so that I can go to it when I do finally get to sit down and read for a few minutes, which these days doesn't happen that often, not often enough. And here is what our customized bookmark looks like. There's always a nice quote from the book itself and a gorgeous silky tassel. And now I have all of my Authentic Books lined up on my shelf in one spot with all of their silky tassels kind of hanging out the side, and I kind of just love how it looks. So it says, people without sisters think it's all sunshine and lollipops or all blood and guts, but actually it's always both. And so I don't have a sister. I am an only child, but I know lots of people who have sisters, so I don't know if I'll actually like resonate with this book or not, but maybe I'll appreciate being an only child, or maybe I'll be really sad that I don't have a sister. Let's see what our first item is. I just sort of have to open the box and kind of bring the items out in the order in which they come versus starting with the book, which is usually at the bottom, because otherwise it just becomes a disaster. So this looks like one of our self-care items. It's often a lot of like bath products. This is from the Village Soapsmith, and I love that she works with a ton of small businesses. It says Fern's World Foaming Sugar Scrub made for authentic books. So how cool. So many like cool collaborations and exclusive items in this box. So it looks like this is touch number 3. So this is the self-care item that only appears in premium boxes, and it goes along with page 5, so you get to use it early on. Love that it came with the little scoop too. It says Fern's World is a deliciously smelling rainbow sugar scrub inspired by Fern's love for all things rainbow. This scrub will leave your skin smooth and revitalized. We recommend using this twice per week in the shower. So that actually sounds really nice, and I love that they said it's a foaming sugar scrub. I get so many different bath scrubs and salts and all those kinds of things in different subscription boxes, but I really love like whipped soaps and ones that really get like a good lather going. So the idea of this like being a foaming one sounds really good to me. I'm not going to open it quite yet because I don't want to like lose the spoon, but I will definitely take some pictures for you guys over on Instagram as always. So the next thing I am seeing is a nice Authentic Books box. So she always like does such great branding on all of the packaging, and it looks like it might be our candle. Yes, I'm always excited about the candle, and I think of all the things that are included in every box, it's so cool that all of the boxes, even the mini boxes, do include a candle. It's called Sisterly Secrets, inspired by the Good Sister. Ooh, but the scent is basically fresh linen, so everybody can appreciate that, whether or not you have a sister. So this is what it looks like. And again, another exclusive collaboration. So this is by the Price Collective. They do a lot of the candles for this subscription, and I love them. This is associated with page 236, but I can guarantee you it's going to get burned sooner than I get to page 236. It says Sisterly Secrets is a fresh linen scent that will smell like you've just finished doing the laundry. Look closely and you will see rose and fern petals and a special gemstone. Yes, their candles are so beautiful and they smell amazing. So let me fresh linen with a little bit of floral there on the top because there are some dried botanicals, but look how pretty. This is usually one of the things that kind of makes it for a starting photo for one of my Instagram posts. So I will definitely show you guys that over there as well. And it smells really, really good. It's a great scent. It's definitely the kind of candle that I would pick out for myself. The next thing is in a little bubble mailer, and I'm guessing that this is the cocktail ingredient. It usually comes in a bottle. We get all kinds of like fun syrups and things. I think the last time I wound up getting the tea accidentally, and I was a little bit bummed because the cocktail syrup sounded so good. So indeed, it is our cocktail syrup, and I didn't want to speak too soon just in case. So it's by Bang Candy, and we have gotten syrups from them before. It's a peach basil nectar. Does that not sound amazing? And of course, you don't have to do an alcoholic beverage with these. You could definitely do them with club soda or tonic water and have a delicious, delicious little mocktail. So here's what it looks like. This is associated with page 49, and of course, it goes along with our cocktail recipe. But you know what? This is like a different one than what they said, because it says that this should have come with a elderflower honey craft syrup, which is by Hipsters, which is a cute name for a cocktail recipe company, Hipsters, but spelled like Hipstirs. But this is the peach basil nectar. So I'm going to have to check and see what recipe this is supposed to go with, but I can probably make something up. I'm honestly really happy with that flavor. Elderflower honey sounds really good too, but I wonder what book that was supposed to go with, because I haven't actually gotten that before. Maybe she sent me this one because it was supposed to be in the last box. That's what it is. Thank you. That's so sweet. You did not have to do that, but now I'm really excited. Now I have to go back and look at the cocktail card for the last book. I finally put them all in chronological order too, because I was like searching around the page on the website for a while to like figure out if I could do it. But I luckily had all of my little product pamphlets still, and it actually says what volume it is, so I was able to put them all in order. So I got a second little bag, and then we got the bottle, and here is our elderflower honey by Hipster. So again, thank you to Natisha for sending me that extra one that I missed out on. So this is scratch syrup, but look how fun that looks. Very like apothecary, very elixir. So I'm excited. Now I've got like a little variety, and I have quite the bar lineup. But honestly, these syrups go pretty fast because sometimes you actually wind up using quite a bit, and my husband totally gets into it too. This is honestly, even though he doesn't really read a lot, he reads like a lot of like nonfiction, like political books and things. He loves this box because there's chocolate, there's cocktail mixes, and there's candles, and those are all things that he loves to get. So it's like very, I feel like this is good, definitely a box that could be appreciated by men as well. She always includes a little matchbox too to go along with the candle, which I think is awesome. All right. Ooh, this is pretty. It's by Fern & Moss. It's a sparkling bath tablet. Now, you guys know I'm not a bath girl, so somebody else is probably going to get regifted this, but look how pretty this like cube is in this beautiful paper. Isn't that gorgeous? That's so pretty. It looks like a soap, but it's like a big block soap, but it's actually for the bath. Let's see what it says. Page 56. This would be in the full and the premium boxes. It's by Formulary 55. Fern & Moss is a blend of amber, woods, earthy, herbaceous leaves, and violets. When placed in a full tub of water, let the tablet fizz and dissolve, leaving you with a soothing and relaxing bath experience. Sometimes, you guys, we get stuff where I'm like, I wish I was a bath girl, because this sounds so amazing. And it smells so good. I love amber. It's got that like warm, I don't know, something about it is very like warming. I'm into it, except I'm not, because I don't take baths, and I'm gonna have to share it with somebody else, which is a bummer. Okay, this is exciting. So here's our chocolate, which again is only in the premium boxes. That's why you should get the premium box or do it as an add-on. I'm always tempted to like add more chocolate, but then I realized that it might not all fit in the box. So this is by Compartes Chocolates, which she uses a lot for the subscription, and they are amazing, and I have to hide these usually from my husband. For a while I had like a bunch of chocolate bars lined up in the cupboard, and I was being really good about not going through them super fast. And then when I finally gave him permission and was like, yeah, you can have any of those if you want to, you know, like once I've taken all my photos and everything, and then he like decimated my chocolate supply. So I am one of these days gonna have to do some add-ons. So this is Campfire S'mores. Yay, I feel like we've gotten this flavor before. Maybe it went with another book as well. It says this dark chocolate bar is made with homemade marshmallows and bits of graham crackers to give you that nostalgic and familiar flavor sensation. I will probably be eating this sooner than later. It doesn't have a page number though, so I feel like that means it's fair game for whenever. Okay, so here is another self-care item. So the bath tablets were in, they were in the full and premium boxes, and we already saw our foaming sugar scrub, which was only in the premium. This is the one that was in all the boxes, and it's a Manuka Honey Hydrating and Moisturizing Sheet Mask. So sheet masks are always appreciated, right? This is associated with page 30, so how fun to like put your sheet mask on and sit down to your book for a bit with your cocktail or your tea. This is by Vitamasks. It says this sheet mask infuses your skin with the perfect amount of hydration, leaving your skin feeling smoother than silk in a matter of minutes. Manuka honey is an anti-inflammatory ingredient that perfects for dehydrated skin. So there's definitely some honey themes going on in this box. So I don't know if that's like a big spoiler or not. And then finally, we get down to our book. Yay! And it is a hardcover. Let me just kind of brush some of the shred dust off of it. But it makes sense that it's always in the bottom, right? Because it makes a nice, good base for everything. So she always has this nice little wax seal. Now, I have to say, when I've been like sliding books into the bookshelf, sometimes those like kind of pop off. But I usually save them just because I feel like maybe one of these days I'll like glue them all back on there. But it doesn't damage the book sleeve at all, as far as I've found. So doesn't this look like, it looks like a good thriller, right? With this like person peeking out through the windows. It just says, oh, so it's the best-selling author of The Mother-in-Law, which I got that book and I actually haven't read it yet, but you guys told me it's really good. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll read that first before I get to this one. It says everyone has a dark side. So I always love that sort of, you know, hint of mystery in there. And then one of these really cool things, she did get it signed for us. We have a signed book plate that they've already stuck in there for us, which is awesome. And then she has an author's note. So they have it printed up, but how cool is that to have an author's note? It says, "Dear reader, it's so nice to meet you." Well, I suppose I'm not actually getting to meet you, sadly, but you're getting to meet me in a way through my novel, The Good Sister. But let's take ourselves out of this for a moment, because the person I'm most excited for you to meet is Fern. Fern and her sister Rose are the main characters of this book. Fern and Rose have had a difficult start to their life thanks to a mother who wasn't cut out to be a mother, and now in their 20s they're still bearing some scars. Fern was a joy to write. In creating her, I was able to draw on my own lived experience as part of a neurodiverse family while creating a character who was totally unequivocally herself. As I wrote Fern's story, I laughed, cried, and asked myself the question several times a day: what would Fern do? It's still a question I ask myself daily. Rose was equally joyous to write. In creating her, I was able to step into the experience of caring for a family member who sees things a little differently. Learning how to embrace their differences, celebrating them while also protecting them is a tricky balancing act. As a parent, I'm not sure I do it perfectly, and I'm not sure Rose does either. Still, family is family, right? We do the best we can. In writing this book, I hope that you are entertained and riveted, but also that you think deeply about the way we perceive neurodiverse members of our community, about the magnificent dysfunctionality of the sisterly relationship, and about the three sides of the truth: your side, my side, and what actually happened. I hope you enjoy it. Sally, XOXO. That is so cool. Sorry guys, I kind of stumbled over some of the words because the font is like one of those like fonts that's meant to look like a script. And I don't see the word neurodiverse like that often in my daily life, but it says Fern Castle works in her local library. She has a dinner with her twin sister Rose 3 nights a week, and she avoids crowds, bright lights, and loud noises as much as possible. Fern has a carefully structured life, and disrupting her routine can be dangerous. When Rose discovers that she cannot get pregnant, Fern sees her chance to pay her sister back for everything Rose has done for her. Fern can have a baby for Rose. She just needs to find a father. Simple. Fern's mission will shake the foundation of the life she has carefully built for herself and stir up dark secrets from the past in this riveting, rich, and shocking story of unexpected love. That sounds so good, and I think I will enjoy it even though I don't have a sister. I've definitely seen a lot of sisterly relationships in my life, but it just sounds like a good and interesting novel. But let me know what you think about this book, if you would have selected this one, what you think of this author, if you have some familiarity with Sally. I just love that we got that author's note and kind of hearing about her writing experience. I think that is so cool. I think my favorite item is probably going to be the candle, which should be no surprise to anyone if you've watched my channel for any amount of time. It's usually the candle or the chocolate, let's be honest, but the candle smells amazing and I'm super excited to get to burn it. Let me know what you thought about this this particular box from Authentic Books. Definitely check it out. Like I said, it's so customizable and it is such a fun experience, and I think it's definitely one that you could share with other family members because you can always share a book as well as all of the fun items in here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I see you all very soon in my next unboxing.